Alright, so I'm gonna be doing a tutorial on all dungeons, no EG. Generally, I would recommend you be pretty decent at MG before learning this. It has a lot in common with MG, and it's probably a little harder, in my opinion. Safety items, specifically the powder, is just way more out of the way, so ideally you're able to survive an MG run before attempting this. But if you're like super into glitches, don't want to bother with MG crap, I guess it's fine too. But I'm not gonna really be going over the NMG parts of the run. They're like entire segments that play out exactly like they would in NMG, and for that I think you can just watch the 3 or 4 NG tutorials that already exist. Voice is a little loud. I can turn it down some. Test. It might be too much. I don't know. Also, it is up Greenham. But yeah, the entire first segment of the game, rescuing Zelda up until this church, is the exact same as NMG. You want to play it the exact same way, you want to get the boomerang. There's no crazy tricks or anything. It's just completely normal gameplay. As soon as you finish this cutscene and rescue Zelda, you can opt to get the Sanctuary Heart right now. But if you're confident in your Eastern, and you don't have to pass through the Octorok field, which helps. But if you're confident at all in your Eastern, better to just save and quit immediately. This category, like all glitch categories, allow save and quit. But yeah. Save and quit. To Link's house. This is pretty typical stuff if you ever play Master Sword. You can just hold down right the entire time. This bridge can be a little annoying. You don't want to... Like, I got too close to that green guard. You want to be a little left of, like, the middle of the bridge. Be able to avoid him every time. I'll show that once more. This screen. So there's the normal way. Which we all know. Trying to get hit by stuff like I just did. And then there's the insane way. I'm gonna use a clip. You're gonna come over here. Kill this guy. I don't want to explain this. This clip, first of all, it only saves like 6 seconds if it's perfect. So, it's a very advanced thing. Currently, the only speedrun that uses this clip is the world record. So, I don't even go for this in runs. But the way this is gonna work is you're gonna walk down along this slope. And you want to try to stop at one of 2 places. This is a good pixel I'm at here, where Is my mouse? No, it's not. I'm gonna need to change that. Oh, what the hell? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, my mouse is on there. What's up, Emma? So, with the, like, shadow of the cliff touching Link's shield here, so I know this is a good spot to start the clip. And you want to alternate up left and down left buffers. And you pretty much need to do this with sword to get it to save time. Other clips in the run, we can use select. And I'll explain more about that when I get to Kiki's skit. But from here, you would go up left, down left. Up left, down left, up left, down left. Or fail. I just want to get it once. See what it's like. I forget how this works. You can see why I don't do this in runs. Yeah, you can hold left in the wall, or hold down left from a forward buffer there, I guess. And what I'm doing here is I'm slashing so I can press up left safely. So if I press... I guess you can roll onto it too. Yeah, you can. But I want to get to this position here in the wall. I think there are 2 pixels. The one after this also works. But then I want to slash and hold down left and he teleports. And I can hop the ledge. And then I want to move up at least 1 pixel. And jump again to the right. And Link jumps kind of through the transition and jump again. And right now I'm actually up near Eastern, even though the camera isn't showing me it's being there. Like, here are the stairs, here's the entrance. But if you can do all that and do it really well, then congratulations. You're probably better at this than I am. But yeah, Eastern is also going to play out the same, so I'm just going to go until after Eastern. The only real difference is you don't have to worry about rupees at all in this category, like, so feel free to, like, always boomerang popos who are in your way. You will also want the safety arrow pot in the bow room, like the first time you go through the big chest room, because the arrow route early in the run is much tighter, since we need to go to Palace of Darkness after this run. Or after this dungeon, not after this run. But yeah, I'm gonna skip ahead. Since this is based on the NMG theory test, of course it has no arrows. But yeah, this is normal too. Here in Sasra. You can hold select to bring up the save and quit menu, like during cutscenes like that. Like mash L and R and hold select. It'll bring it up instantly. But yeah, we want to save and quit. Tetris Astral though. We want to go to the Sanctuary. Now, this is a better time to get Sanctuary Heart if you're comfortable with Eastern. Just because it gives us a health refill automatically going to Death Mountain. This is where we're going next. That's really useful because DMA sucks. As I'm about to show you. So you just want to dash south here. Now I like to dash down to like the middle of this path. Like around this rock. So that way when I'm... see, I'll show you. And if you dash against the fence, when you get on this screen, a lot of the times that guard... Let's see if I can get it to happen. That will happen, where this guard's gonna be in your way and annoy the hell out of you. So I like to dash down here, so that I'm always safe to dash to that guard. So now we have DMA to kill this guy. Now to explain this. So, I use a really weird grip that people think is really strange at first, but most people I know who are really good at these type of clips do use this grip. No, I did not skip Sync Heart in this tutorial RPG, I'm sorry. You'd be pretty crazy to skip it in this category, though. So I'm holding B with my left thumb, and I am tapping right and A at the same time with my right hand, using my middle finger on D-pad right, and my right thumb on A. And that's what allows you to get in really fast and cleanly. If you try to grip the controller normally, like... I'm really bad at this. I think most people are really bad at that. But as for cues, there are like a few pixels you can aim for. I try to clip Link's shadow in. Like, see how the bottom of his shadow is starting to form a right angle with these 2 pixels right here? And the slope. This might be hard to see, but that's what I aim for. And if you get it right here, where just 1 pixel of the bottom row of Link's shadow is hanging out from the ledge, then you have an upwards teleport primed, which is exactly what you want. And from here you would release spin and hold down right. I held down right early, nice. And Link is teleported. He's actually teleported through the screen transition. And when I scroll the screen here, I'm on Death Mountain. But there are other positions that work. If you're 1 pixel higher than I was there, I believe that works. No? That does, yeah. So it's right here where there's like a little 1 pixel gap underneath the left part of his shadow. 1 pixel below will work as well. If you scroll the screen too low here, you'll be stuck My cue for that is to like walk against the cliff side here and then scroll the screen to the right. Where's the hand cam? That'd be a pain to set up right now. My desk is a mess. I should have thought about that though, it's true. Here, need to create a state. Here you can dash up until you bonk, and then dash down until you bonk. This is probably the easiest way. And then find the entrance to the cave. If you just go straight for the cave, where is it? There it is. I've hit the cave transition, and this is going to take a century. It eventually will load, but it's going to take a long, long time. I can't even load my state. So dash up until you bonk, walk left a bit, and then dash down until you bonk. And then the cave entrance will be right there. It's a little faster to avoid this first bonk. Sometimes you'll have to walk down some to scroll the camera more. You're at risk for getting a slow transition if the cave entrance is off camera. You see why Sanctuary Art is super useful, by the way. Because boulders are awful. Whirls too. So here I just pumped to the right. Apologize, but we'll be discussing pumping sometimes. You want to be really careful of this bit. Dash up and dash to the left. This will take you all the way back here. Sucks. Well. Is your old man K backwards? So this is typical stuff here. Here, you want to get spin speed. And we want to go to this cave, where we're going to do a clip in the Palace of Darkness. This is the big wall we'll run into when learning this category and most other glitch categories is these underworld clips. Really not much to say other than you really have to practice it a lot and be patient with yourself because, you know, no one is instantaneously good at this kind of thing. The easiest way to learn this is with a technique called select buffering. We're just going to come in the right corner, press select, and hold upright And then you're going to want to press the face button, immediately followed by select again. I like to use my right index finger on select and my right middle finger on Y. So I hit Y and immediately hit select. Other people have different grips. Some people like to use B. Some people would rather use the ring finger on the face button. You know, it's whatever's comfortable for you. But yeah. That was 2 pixels. You want to move 1 pixel. Like that. And Link will start to clip into the wall. Here, I know I'm 7 pixels in because there's... This might be really hard to see. There's this one light pixel just to the right of Link's foot here. This might be very hard to see. It's actually pretty hard for me to see, but I've just gotten used to it. Yeah, be sure not to save and quit. Accidentally. But when you're right here in this position, you want to hold down, and then hold down right. You saw Link moved a pixel to the right. You get that pixel for free. You don't have to select buffer it at all. And from here, you need to do one more. Which I got there. And now, I'm ready to do the teleport. From here, I need to go upright 2 to 5 frames. A free pixel. So this is a pretty lenient one. That was good enough. Now I'm in Palace of Darkness. You use down right to teleport. You can try to do it out of a select buffer, or I like to do it out of like a slash or like a menu to the mirror, which is the next thing you need anyway. But yeah, down right will push you through the wall, and we'll be in Palace of Darkness. Probably explain some of the stuff. The upright is the only thing that needs to be frame perfect. Like when you move down, you can hold down however long you want. That doesn't matter, but the uprights be like I'm just showing that down doesn't matter. That was 2. Sucks when you do 2, you're gonna pop out and have to start all over. And these moldworms like to troll. There's not much you can do sometimes. Except for something like that, if you can read it quick enough. So here I know I'm on that part where I can get the free pixel. One more. The teleport armed. There we go. Yo, what's up, Chalmers? The super hard way, which I don't really recommend going for until you got, like, probably a 115 or a 116 or something, somewhere in there. is to use select buffers. Which, to explain that, what I'm gonna try to do is hit upright. Alarms are the worst. I'm gonna try to hit upright and hit them on the same frame, followed 1 frame later by a slash. If it works right, you should clip in. The 2 things you don't want to have happen while sword buffering. Here, I'll show you. I'm clipped in a little bit here. If I press right before up, this happens. I pop out. Like it's gonna happen every time. If you press upright for like more than 1 frame, like there's a big gap between your upright and your slash, you're also going to pop out, and there's no rescuing it. The nice thing the nice thing about accidentally moving up, like there I pressed up before right, and so I sword buffered north, which you might think is a problem, but you can actually fix it with a dash buffer. Like just like start a dash, hold down, and then let go of your dash charge. And Link will be right back into the wall. That's the best way to... I'm really bad at doing the last part with sword. Yeah, I like to do a menu. That's what a good sword buffer clip would look like. But yeah, Kiki Skip is hard. There's a good image on it on the Note Smash that doesn't really exist anymore technically, but you can still find it using web archives. And you can ask around in the Discord for it too. That kind of goes into it in depth with like coordinates on and stuff. That might help you. Really have to practice that trick a lot, even with select buffers. So it's something you need to definitely practice for a few hours before you can start reliably getting it. But yeah, get it however you need to get it, and this trick saves like over a minute, so even if it's kind of bad, like you're okay. I'm not really interested in teaching the other way to route this. Just try to get good at Kiki Skip. It's definitely worth it. Since the trick just saves so much time. But yeah, you're gonna end up in this room. I recommend grabbing this heart, assuming you've lost health on Death Mountain. Almost certainly will have. Really shitty. If you're still low on health, do the room this way. You want to grab this bomb, hit this switch, then there's a heart right there. If health isn't a concern for you, hit the switch, grab the bomb, and just dash out like that. You want to walk You want to hug this wall so you don't touch the switch. Only like open the door and waste time. Just hug the wall down here. Dash up here. Now, because we clipped into Palace of Darkness from a cave, our key value is actually incorrect. It is undefined by the game. That allows us to open any door. And so opening this door here allows us to do a faster key route when we reload the dungeon. You can open the door and get this bomb, but it's kind of slow. I recommend just doing this. There are other better bombs. Dashing in the wrong direction and stuff. Here, this is really weird. If you hold up right to enter the dungeon, you're gonna snap down away from the dungeon and you're gonna be stuck. So you want to hold down to walk up to enter the dungeons. Yeah, I'm just holding down. If you can see my input display. It's really strange and counterintuitive, but you really need to know that, or else this isn't gonna work. Alright. You're out here. Something I found recently. This isn't in a lot of runs other than my own. You want to do this exactly like an MG at first. Through here, grab this bomb, down the stairs. You want to grab this key. And now, since we haven't used a key to open this door, we have an extra one. So we can go straight to big key. Oh, that is true, you can do that. We actually show that. But if you do get stuck, you can mirror the light world. Which will actually take 2 mirrors because you're in Big Dark World. I think you can fix it. Or no, maybe you can't. Does it auto-warp you? No, you can get in. So if you mirror there, back onto it from the rightmost pixel, and then you need to die, so you can become Link again. That's actually good to show. Link. And you just proceed through the dungeon as normal. But yeah. Where was I? Throwing a big key. So here the menu is also different. Ordinarily in NMG you have the book here. So moving right or left you need to press 3 times. But actually, in all dungeons, left is only twice here. You just need to hit left twice. It's a little faster than going to the right. And to go from bombs to mirror, you only need to hit right twice. Here you want to cancel to the right because we're going to be jumping down to the turtle key at your big key. This means we don't have to do double hammer jump. How exciting. This is all the same. MG really. You can get the 2 bombs here if you want them. Not necessary at all, though. So don't do double hammer jump. You just want to mirror out right away. Really? Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, that's true. I remember something in randomizer cropped up about that. But yeah, no double hammer jump. You just wanna do a single and then mirror immediately with the hammer chest. This stuff is normal. This room's gonna be... I would say for most players, you want to fill up on health. Certainly when you're starting. Just do the normal NMG strat. Try to have better statue movement than I do. But, if you want to get super serious, like, coming up here to get these hearts wastes about a second. It doesn't save any of that back. Like in NMG, you actually save more time refilling on health because it gives you beams. And the beams are nice for the next few rooms, but here we still have fighter sword. So we're not really gaining much other than safety from these heart pots. So if you really wanted to yellow it, you just hold upright. And do this strat. I would say for the vast majority of people though, you're gonna want the health, because Helmosaur, he's already bad with 5 hearts, much less with 4 or 3 or something. This is going to be the same. Now here this is going to be different, because you can't beam the switch. And you, if you just walk straight up, your arrow's shot's going to miss the switch, so you do need to move a little bit to the left. Oh wow, nice. The next room is amazing, by the way. Hope you're all hyped to learn about it. You want the hammer out. Here, I try to, for this throw, I try to pause right around where I am now, where I see, like, parts of these blue pegs, but not, you don't want to see barely any of it, and you don't want to see all of the blue peg. You just want to see about half of it right here. Is usually going to be a good throw. And you just want to upright, like a quick upright A. Like, see, there I was... If you try to get it really early, like here, I'm gonna be hitting this peg here, the top right one, because I'm not far enough. This is tricky to get a feel for. If you're too far to the left, bam here, ugh. Like you're just gonna come up short on the switch. The alternative, if you're bad, is to just come up here and do like you would with beams, but with the boomerang. You need to move over a little to the right, because like from here, you still can't hit the switch. You need to come over like a tile on the right to throw the boomerang. But that strat is so swag, so I mean... You can also shoot it with an arrow, but... That's an extra move in the menu, so I'm not sure that's even faster. It's also an extra move back, since you need to go back to the hammer. Damn, I hope K-Rob doesn't watch this VOD, or he's gonna be mad at how bad he's getting roasted. But yeah, do that how you like. Typical. This turtle room is unfortunately a pain in the ass. Ugh. You don't have the Master Sword, so you can't spin them to kill them. So you have to kind of do that strat. If you do it quick enough, you can get to this right guy before he's flipped over. I messed up though, so that didn't happen. Should be able to get it here, yeah. That's ideally what happens. I find that moving over left a little bit after the first hammer helps. That's just me. Or maybe that's just me. This stuff is typical. And there's Helmasaur. This fight is much harder than the NMG version. Jesus. We don't have the Master Sword. If you want to take him out with your sword, you have to use spins like this. It would take 8 of these. It's pretty bad. Like, you can see how slow that is. So, someone's sending me a text message. What is going on? What's going on? Yeah, I was gonna mention that strat, Gerda. Well, the fastest way is to do the hammer strat basically 4 times on the second phase. Which you would figure. You know, like that. That's the fastest. But if you are bad at that, you don't like using hammers on the second phase, you can back in Palace Darkness Mimics, you can grab those 2 arrow pots to give yourself more arrows, and then use 8 arrows. That's definitely better than using 8 spin attacks. 8 spin attacks is really awful, so imagine I had more arrows. This is gonna be the safe strat. Oh, yeah, I missed Gavin. Thought it was on my 8th. But yeah, that allows you to be way more careful. It's actually faster for you to not die, Emma? Is that what you're telling me? That it's actually faster for you if you don't die? It's crazy. Right, so do the fight with arrows or with hammer, whatever you need to do to finish. Sit through this long cutscene. And the next dungeon we're going to do is actually Tower of Terra. That's because the Moon Pearl is a super important item. Oops. Alright. There. Oh, I'm gonna save and quit again. Talk about something I guess. Here it's faster if you can get a dash. Charge started like as soon as possible. Like that. That's gonna be a couple frames faster. So that's 1058 versus just holding down. I think I'm gonna get 11. Yeah. What I like to do is go for the dash, but like hold down the entire time and just try. Like there I miss it, it's okay, I just continue holding down and walk out the door. It's like no risk, go for it really. That's a very small thing. It's all about the frames. There are 2 ways to clip to Hera. You're not gonna do the whole climb Death Mountain normally, enter the warp, and then warp back. It's really slow. The easiest way to do this, I like to cancel my dash right after this lava rock and hold a charge, do a spin dash, and then you can actually walk through this bottom corner here, just holding down right, and jump. So let me show you what this looks like. In the air, you want to hold up. Show you what will happen if not. Right now I'm stuck because I didn't hold up. I'm stuck like inside the walls in Hera. To get down, you just need to jump up and then you'll be back on track. But that's why you hold up, is just to prevent that from happening. So make sure you hold up in the air until you've landed. And then you want to search for the stairs. They'll be about right here, like at the top of this slope. Oh god. Can't believe Ash is... Wow. Reaching the randomizer religion. Chat. So yeah, this is the easy way. Pretty simple, as long as you can do a spin dash. The optimal way, and shoutouts to Samurai Prawn for this strategy, I've actually found recently, is to come down to this slope, and I immediately switched my grip to like my wall clip grip that I was talking about earlier while I'm on that dash, so I can, because you want to do that as quickly as possible, so you don't charge a spin attack. If you accidentally charge a spin attack, you're gonna have to release it when you land. That's pretty slow. But yeah, I walked down to like this part that I'm poking right now. I want to clip Link's shadow into like this section of the wall to show you what would be too high. Like this up here would be too high. Like I'm not going to be able to jump. So I want to walk down this section here. So that, and I'm just mashing left and A while I jump. And then the inputs after you land are a little weird too. You want to press right, then up and up left. Kind of strange. It'll snap you like right into the entrance. It's really fast. Also, yes, I am local recording. Did I drop a million frames at some point? That's why I'm local recording. But yeah. Do whichever way works best for you there. Here, in NMG, we already have the mirror equipped from having to warp on the overworld, so it's fastest to get that key and then mirror back to the entrance, but we're not in that situation here. So the actual fastest strategy is to switch to the boomerang, and boomerang that switch. Go downstairs to the key. And here you want to immediately throw the boomerang to pull the key towards you. Sometimes the whole worm gets in your way and it's really annoying, but my cue for when to hold up is about right here when the key is casting the these orange pegs. When it gets above them, that's when I hold up to exit the room. It's pretty easy to accidentally, try to show, to leave the key like that. And then you have to go back down, get it again. Really awful. So, wow. Like a frame off there. No, it's not, Waffle. Randomizer's fucking banned. Okay, so you get the key and you come back up, and you want to move right until you're on this tile. I don't think. Yeah, if you just throw the boomerang down from here, it will inconsistently hit the switch because of some frame rule bullshit, probably. You want to move right a little bit, and it will much more reliably hit the switch. But you just want to boomerang the switch and dash up. What the heck? But yeah, that's the strat there. So Waffle, how about the Cleveland Indians looking like they're gonna not even get out of the ALDS? I didn't even get on the other side. Don't be as bad at this room as I am, folks. This menu's a little different. Normally you just hit... You don't have bombs yet in NMG, so you just hit right and you go straight to the lamp. Here you're gonna need to right twice though. Small thing, but... That no. Oops. So, the rest of this dungeon's, let's see, pretty typical. OMG. Oh, Moldworm. Here, I like to buffer this with the switch to the hammer. Just makes it slightly easier. Because we're going to use the hammer to all Moldworm, so... That's a useful way to check your position. Make sure you're good on the dash. It's gonna take 3 hammer hits to kill Moldworm. Pretty simple, and you avoid the like fast, stupid phase. Of course, it's a little nerve-wracking with one heart. Yeah. But yeah, that fight's pretty simple, way easier than it is in NMG. One of the best things about this category. So the next dungeon we're going to do is these. This allows us to get Titan Smiths and upgrade our sword really fast. So from here, the strat I like is just hold down right. jump this ledge, dash down, and walk into this portal from the right. That will get you the quick warp. Notice Pincus does a strat where he dashes down these stairs and tries to aim like that for the quick warp. That's faster, slightly, but it's only faster if you can come at the quick warp from the top, the warp tile, which is kind of hard. If you're doing something like this, it's slower, like circling around. I like this because it's just a couple frames slower and super easy. So here we're just gonna dash down, jump immediately, dash here, and you want to hold your sword after that ledge hop, because we're gonna do a spin dash clip. You want to touch the stairs, come off with super speed, and you want to come off facing down, and then you want to hold down left. Like you want to be facing down for this clip. So Link's gonna jump that ledge, and you want to let go of everything. It is very easy to lock the game in this clip, and you will lose all your progress back to before Tower of Era if you do lock the game here, so be careful. You want to let go of everything, and then you want to start a dash and press up after you start the dash, so the Link bonds. And you're going to transition down. Link will actually automatically walk all the way down the screen until about right here. Let me show all that again. You need to hold down after the bomb too. Oops. And then you're just gonna dash down and dash to the left. I like to try to be on the lower part of the path here. Sometimes this guy will be throwing spears to the right. You don't want him to hit you. So just dash left, dash down, get into town. I let go of B, oh no. You don't follow this dash path. Opening these. Again. Just like NMG, you want to try to like pull the edge of this so that Link rubs against this corner here. Sometimes if you pull from the middle, you might bounce back into a Poe. That's no good. So. Of course, don't pull the extreme edge, or it won't work. Alright, East Town. This is mostly going to be the same as NMG, with a few exceptions. One of them is coming right up. Here, ordinarily in NMG, dash to the right, dash to the right. But see, like, because I don't have the Master Sword, I didn't kill this guy. And so he was able to hit me there, and that will happen quite often if you just do this. He'll be in your way, or prevent you from dashing. He's also kind of laggy, like you saw there. Because you didn't kill him and get rid of his sprite. It's kind of a sprite overload there. So what I like to do instead is walk up some here, and then dash to the right. That way you're not dealing with him at all. Oops. That's the movement I like to do there. Here I also like to do something a little different. I like to pick up this pot. A lot of players will hammer it in an MG, but that will usually happen right there. Your hammer will trigger a second jump, and then he'll be throwing the bomb at you while you're trying to start a dash. And that is no bueno. A lot of times that bomb will hit you. It's actually not hitting me right now, though. I want it to. Come on, game. Anyways, I like to pick up the pot for that reason. These rooms are all going to be the same. Oh, come on. Same stuff. The next room that's going to be different is the big block room, because we do not have power gloves from Desert. You actually need power gloves to be able to, or Titan Smiths, to be able to lift that rock. So we're actually going to have to go a different way in the room. Pick up that bomb if you're afraid of running out of bombs at any point. So this door on the left will open if we build all the enemies in the room, so that's what we're gonna have to do, since we don't have gloves. I like to do this strat, Jaden strat. Pretty sure. We already have bombs out, so we can plant a bomb and try to kill the skeleton with one. And then use the hammer. On the other two guys. Oh man. Bet. That's what it should look like if you do it well. You kind of have to read the skeleton. Sometimes he'll move down, and if he moves down, you probably want to throw the bomb further down, like I did there. And if he moves up, you just want to throw it down immediately, like that. And just try to kill the other two guys with the hammer. This room's a little tricky backwards. That can happen, which is really annoying. You can try to take it safe and like hug the left side of the conveyor. You want to be careful in this room too, because your sword will not kill these guys in one hit. Take an NMG. So like, hard to describe how to react to them. So like there, I want to walk up a bit after hitting that guy before starting my next dash. Or just walk up to the cell entirely, because he can walk up into me from my backside. Since my sword doesn't kill him. But yeah, that room takes a little bit of playing around with to understand with the fighter sword. But also just take it really safe. This is all gonna be the same. It's... Same stuff. You know, get these arrows. Stuff. Blind feels a little bit different, because their sword has less reach. I don't really do anything all that different though. Gotta be a little closer to him on your pokes. Still the same basic NMG strategy. The next dungeon is probably the most, like, NMG. Like, I don't think it has a... It doesn't have a single glitch in it, so... And it just has, like, one little route difference from NMG, where we're gonna get the book while we're rescuing the dwarf. One quick thing I wanted to show is... concept of fake Dark World. So if you die at any point in Thieves Town, you'll be put in the fake Dark World. And yeah, I'm definitely in it now. So, normally, well, the game stores which world you're in, independent of like where you actually are, whether you're in a dungeon or on the overworld. It keeps a variable that determines whether you're in light world or dark world. And you can actually be in the light world, but in a dark world dungeon. And that's actually what's going on right now. And when this conflict happens, we refer to this as a fake dark world. You can see the pots are the light world sprite, the clay pot, rather than the dark world sprite, which is the skull. You're fine to beat the dungeon, this particular dungeon at least, in this state, but when you do, you're gonna come out after you've beaten blind, and you're gonna hear the light world overworld music playing. It seems as if we're in the dark world map, and I mean we are. Any room we go to, this has all the dark world entrance and exits on it. But after this, we're gonna go rescue the frog. And here's what's gonna happen if we haven't fixed this. Is, we're gonna transition the screen, and oh no, we're in Light World. It will immediately load Light World when we transition the screen. So this is the library. Frog's nowhere to be seen. This happens, you're gonna have to go all the way back. This is really bad and slow. Use this warp to get back in the dark world. Or, if you realize it, and you're not Andy Lasso at this past AGDQ and know things about the video game, you're like, oh, I died, and I'm in fake dark world. When you leave the dungeon, use the mirror, and you're in real dark world and just saved a boatload of time. And now you can proceed through the route as normal. And the reason this happens is because we haven't beaten Aghanim 1 yet. And we're not going to beat Aghanim 1 until the very end of the run, basically. So any dungeon, any Dark World dungeon you die in, you're going to be put in Fake Dark World like that. And I'll mention the ones where it's a problem for. Some of them it's a big problem for. Like this one's just a time loss, inconvenience. Some of the later ones that you can actually soft lock yourself if you're not paying attention and you don't realize you're in Fake Dark World. But yeah. This is all normal. You want these rupees, buy the flippers later, same as NMG. Here, I look to be about right in this area. I think I'm on a quick warp pixel. Yeah, I am. What I look for in the quick warp is this yellow spot right here at the edge of the screen. If you can see the full thing, or if you can see 1 pixel to the left of the full thing, you're on quick warps. And you want to mirror in this area. Basically, even with the second rock here. There's a really tricky double quick warp setup where you can mirror low. That's probably not low enough. My theory test has this. Oops. If you mirror low enough, you can come in here and get the book. Need the book to get the Ether Medallion later to Intermire. And then go for the quick warp again by coming at the warp from the top. It's kind of hard though, and you can kind of screw yourself by warping too low. I think this is low. Yeah. See, I can go get the book, but I'm not going to be able to get into the portal again. Get stuck in the wall. So I prefer to just warp high. In the library. Grab the book. Just take the normal warp. Just walk right against it. Rescue the frog. And the rest of the segment is exactly like an MG. Bet I can't fast forward through it. And yeah, Mire and Ice are the main dungeons you don't want to try to finish. Big Dark World. Because you will not be able to finish them. Big Dark World. I'll definitely mention that when we're there. You want to hop the ledge. Be an empty. You also want these rupees. Good stash. Oh. It's not going to be much for me to talk about in this dungeon, fortunately. It's just pure NMG stuff. Oops. Oh, I'm already on bombs. Nice. Hardest spawn jump in the game. Wow. Yeah, I'll probably put this on YouTube. Fire Snake's a dick. So like I said, if you wanna learn Skull Woods, watch an MG tutorial. There are a few really good ones. One by Andy, one by Runwatcher, one by Downtime Death. I'm just looking to teach the glitches and stuff that's different. Which this segment, the next dungeon we're going to do is Desert. Extremely different from an MG. You want to save and quit right out of Skull Woods. Death Mountain. And you want to do, we want to clip in the era, so you can do the easy way, like a second faster, or 2 seconds faster, or that second slower, second or two slower. This. Yeah, whatever you want to do, and you want to immediately exit. And now we're gonna go get Ether. The screen's kind of annoying. You want to go for a super speed. And ideally the squirrel, you know, isn't in your way at all, like here. Get the book out. Read the tablet. Wow, I'm getting insane luck here. hold on. Dude, my double-click mouse is really annoying me. Alright. Oh my gosh. But yeah, get ether. And now we're gonna go all the way across this mountain. You can do a hammer dash here. You need to optimize the dash pretty far though, to like, it's easy to do that and not hammer the bag. And it's easy to do that as well, where you bonk. But that's perfect. You can also just dash up to it and hammer it. Probably isn't that much slower. Here I like to dash, like, optimally. Oh my gosh. Optimally, you can dash up through here, and very occasionally the squirrels will be nice and let you do that. Oftentimes that will happen though. This is just a nightmare. So I like to come down here, dash up through here. It's just way safer. They're just gonna be in your way less often. As you can tell. On this screen we're gonna clip down to flippers. I dash until I get about to the corner of the slope, and then I cancel and start holding a spin attack. And it should be charged by the time you get to the bottom wall, and you can flip through. Oops. And then dash to the right, and you'll automatically transition, and you just hold up. And you're in Zora's River. So the palette's a little broken. That's alright. Just the normal get to Zora stuff. After you get flippers, we're gonna save and quit to Link's house. Faster to dash out of Link's house, by the way, and then faster to walk ledge. And dash down. We want the hammer out. Walk in that portal from the left side to get to the corp. This screen is really awful and annoying. Most headache-free way, I guess, is to come down here and lift this rock. You want to dash left at about this grass patch here, sort of below the path. So you enter the screen at about here. That way you kill both of these guys with your dash. I'll show the fast way to do that. Just though before... So... Oh my gosh. There's a spin dash clip you can do here. To save a little bit of time. Going down there and having to lift the rock. Like a second and a half or 2 seconds. But that bomber enemy can really screw you up. If like I've died on the screen before. It deals like 4 hearts of damage or something ridiculous. That's what it should look like. There are, I think, 2 or 3 pixels that work. Here's one of them. And what I look for here is this, like, 1 pixel of land underneath Link's shadow. So here I would release the spin attack, or the spin dash, and hold down left. And Link will hop, and you hop down again, and dash left. One below that also works. Here. That one's harder to see. Sometimes that enemy also hit you out. I think it's just those 2 that work. Yeah, that one. Or no, it is 3. It's that one that's on land and the 2 directly below it. Jesus. You can see why this screen is awful. Probably. Even that moblin on the left can sometimes annoy you. But yeah, the 2 below that are a little harder to recognize. I don't really have a good cue for them myself, but I just kind of know, kind of have a feeling from practicing whether I can get it or not. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, you want to dash right along here so that you're around this area, so you kill both of those enemies. Over here on your way to do another clip. If you don't kill both of them, then they'll both come over and bother you while you're trying to do this clip, so you definitely want them both dead. So here you're gonna come up to the 3rd rock. So this would be the first, this would be the second, this would be the 3rd. You're gonna come to the 3rd, and the way the Dark World slopes look, you kind of have this dark diagonal ledge, and it becomes 2 vertical pixels of black where the rock starts, and then continues diagonal, and then comes horizontal, and then there's another long diagonal. But you want to focus on those 2 vertical pixels, and I want to position Link to where when he starts to clip into the wall, like this, the bottom of his shadow is making a right angle with those 2 pixels in the wall. Oh, they're not? Oh, I got it here. Oops. Had to click. But yeah, I want to clip Link in like that. So the bottom of his shadow, the bottom row, is making a right angle with the 2 vertical pixels in that rock. And here we want to go for a downwards teleport. means we want to end up right here, where the bottom row of Link's shadow and that rock have kind of merged to create a 3-pixel vertical line. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know how well it's showing up on screen, but that's the visual cue you want. And you'll teleport down here and jump to the left. You can also use the pixel directly above that. This is what I have here. Now my shadow... Here's the original 2-pixel line I was using. And now my shadow has made a 2-pixel line with the pixel above that. And this will also downwards teleport me. Also, this is our first clip where we've... Well, I guess besides the hero one, but that didn't matter what pixel we were going to. This is our first clip going to the left. And when you move to the left, you actually move 2 pixels at a time. And so, because you're moving that much, a lot of times you'll go past the trigger point. Like, I'm past it here, so I need to move back to the right. I messed it up. See, there I fixed it back to the right. That's fine. Sometimes it's gonna happen. Often it's gonna happen, even. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So here I have a setup for the quick warp on the screen, because we're gonna warp and do desert before we do Mire. That way we can do Mire with full hearts. But I come onto the screen and I don't touch anything on the D-pad. I just dash, and then I face up, and then I face up and dash, and then I still don't touch left. I just start a dash, turn left. And I was a few frames early on my dash cancel there. I think I adjusted it right though, I'm still on a quick warp. Yeah, I am. But, let me try to pause on the frame I'm looking for. Dude, being frame perfect is hard. It's right here. I look at this structure over here, like that I can just see like a little bit of it. And I know I'm on the quick warp. Switch the mirror, walk down. And I walk down there so I give myself room to super speed around the warp after I've gotten a big key, and also so I can go for another quick warp after I've beaten a dungeon. So if you go too far, well, not much you can do really. That's perfect. Inner desert backwards. Follow this path. Get this key. How would you like to get the key? You're gonna want these arrows. We're not gonna backtrack for them. Like, we're gonna mirror right at your big key. So, you want those arrows then. Grab big key, mirror, leave the dungeon. Two strategies here, just like an MG. You can just dash up with the rock, enter the dungeon, or you can go for the super speed, a little risky. Taking care to avoid the warp. Sometimes you can just hold diagonal under it like that. Sometimes you can't though. Oh my gosh. But yeah, just like an MG, that super speed's gonna take like half a second. I think they do. So don't get the power clubs. You get to skip them completely in this category, which is nice. The room's the same. All this is the same. You saw I switched to the fire rod, because that's what we're going to use to light these torches, and the fight line though. So I'm going to dash high here, grab this arrow pot, and come up and grab the arrows and shoot left. Light both of those with one shot, and then you're going to quickly light these two. Like that. You need to be quick about lighting the two bottom torches, or else the red Igor can easily block that last shot. They're like really slow. Or like run into you or something. It's not too tight. Then we have Lamolas. This is basically the Lamo 2 in a start fight. Not hard to one round the fight or anything. I think this is a quick warp. Oh, it isn't. Maybe I've forgotten this one. I think that's it. Yeah. Once again, I look at the edge of the screen. I look at these two brown patches here on the cliff on the right edge here. This should be one. And this is also one right here. So commit those to memory if you care about quick warps. I generally use the buffer to the ether to check that. That's what we're going to be using next. To enter Misery Mire. No birds deal with in this category. Oops. Slow down and grab the wall. Yeah, here comes the insane segment. Oops. So that room's the same. I don't know why I reloaded. Once it happens, whatever. That's the same, but this is going to be different because we want 2 keys out of this room. We want the pot key and the spike key, so, and we want to get the spike key first. So I come down to here. My shadow's almost touching the sort of border in the tiling of the floor. I'm gonna dash to the right. Pick up the pot. Get that key. And go up and get the spike key. You can use your vulnerability frames from the last hit on the spikes here to just like walk through Beamos and possibly other skeletons that are hanging around here. Like that. But yeah, we want both keys. It also doesn't really matter if you get hit a bunch, because we're getting our health back soon anyway. So this is all going to be the same. Here is a little different. You want to kill the jelly, grab the key. You don't want to hit that switch. Hitting the switch just wastes time. But you do want the jelly's key. Ah. But yeah, there's no point in hitting the switch. Come in here. You want to do this room without grabbing that magic. You don't want to get that magic yet. Man, I hate that slug. That's definitely hard to remember at first. But there's a reason for that. We're gonna backtrack for it later. This is normal. Things are about to become very abnormal. Probably the most fun segment in the speedrun. After we've done that, you want to do this room slightly different. You're reloaded, actually. Well, okay, it's not gonna be loaded properly. You go into a different tile. That might not even be a difference. It isn't, dude. Oh my gosh. Well, you want to walk down before going diagonal, or the anti-fairy's gonna run into you, because the switches are down. It doesn't make the room slower or anything, it's just... you can't hold diagonal straight away. You need to move down, and then go into diagonal. But yeah. Now we go back to the key jelly room. Dash across. Walk through this room. Now we want the, that magic. Dash down here. And now we've got a clip. Here we're gonna get, hookshot from Meyer, and this is going to allow us to skip Swamp Palace's big key. This trick only saves 30 seconds, so if these clips gives you just like massive amounts of trouble, you don't have to do them. You would just do Meyer normally, and then when we got to Swamp, you would do Swamp normally, getting the big key and everything. But, you know, even if you're kind of slow at first, I recommend doing this because it's fun, and eventually you'll get good enough at it to save time. And who wants to get the big key in Swamp Palace? I mean, it's awful. Like, one of the best things about this category is not having to do that. So, you're gonna come into the corner, and then we're actually gonna do up left for 1 frame. That was 2 frames. Up left for 1 frame. And hold down. And up left for 1 frame. Hold down. 1 more. Hold down. Now here, you need to move up left 3 consecutive frames. And I've moved up left 3 frames here. I look at having this 1 row of pixels below Link's shadow here. That's how I know I'm in the correct spot. Now from here, I generally recommend everyone just use sword buffers, because you're just moving to the left. And when you're just moving cardinally, it's much easier to do sword buffers. You don't have to worry about like same frame diagonals and stuff. So here you're in a good spot. I know. I look at the way the tile meets sort of Link's pink hair, like the border here. That's how I know I'm far enough in. And then you just need to move up left 1 more frame. I'm awful at slate buffering. There. And so now I have the downwards teleport armed. You can hold down left out of a select buffer, out of a slash, out of a pause to... Next item you're going to need is the hammer. And now we're in the fairy room of Hera. Yeah, dash buffers are also good. True. So if you wanted to do dash buffers when you're right here, you would press left and A on the same frame, like that. It's a different timing than sword buffers. Some people like dash buffers more. It just depends on what timing you like. The sword buffers. Oh, that was a really good clip. So I do the first part normally, but when I get here, I'm 3 in. I like to slash, hold up left, and then slash again, and try to get a 3-frame movement. That was a 4-frame movement. It was 2 frames and I corrected it. That was a 3-frame movement. That was perfect there. I like that over trying for like 3 straight sword buffers. Like, it's faster, and I actually feel like I'm just more consistent at it. Most other players who do sword buffers like to do it that way as well. From here, there are a couple things you can do. You can just do sword buffers like normal. 1, 2, 3. 3 sword buffers. Or you can do the dash buffers, much as I was saying. Or what I actually like to do, this is a Jaden strat, I like to just tap left. And You have a 2-frame window to stop in the correct spot for this, and I'm in the correct spot now. That was accidentally an upwards. You want to watch out for those. I'm gonna say most people do, well, I mean, you do care about health. You want, you do want one of these fairies to bring you back to full. But also I would say that Kiki Skip is definitely harder to do fast than the left clips, like Kiki style clips. Also, I guess I should show a full select buffer, so if you really just hate sword buffering, not even the, like, cardinal variety, there's 1 frame, 2 frames, three frames, I need to go up left 3 frames, 1 more. Alright, from here, if you just really hate sword buffering and can't get the timing down at all, you need to actually select buffer 4 frames to the left. I think I did 2 there. 1 more. And now I'm in the correct spot. Up left 1 more frame. And I'm down. Yeah. Yeah. What Sean said, you need, if you're gonna be doing full select buffers, you need to do forward movements to the left with select. Whereas, if you do sword buffer, it's just like a little like 2-1-2-1 quirk and Link's movement. Is what makes it different there. So, if you do full select, you're gonna need to move 4 frames to the left. As opposed to, you know, I just did 3 sword buffers and got on the pixel. So yeah, you want to collect one of these fairies on your dash down, bring you back to full health. That, save some time in Mire 2, because we're going to be doing Mire 2 again, and it's just safer, so it's, you know, bonus. You don't take the portal, fall in the hole. You want to be careful here. I guess it's a decent window. I'm actually kind of trying to mess it up right now and can't. Yeah, you can walk pretty low here and actually not get hit by the fire bar. Here, you can walk down and dash, or you can kill this guy. It's a little safer before you dash down. Sometimes if you don't kill him, he'll start going up and down through here, and will breathe fire down at you while you're trying to clip. It's going to be down here. So if you're not confident in being able to clip pretty fast to avoid that happening, you probably won't kill him. You can grab that bomb. It's a little slow, but it's not that bad. I usually don't love it. But you can if you're like worried about running out. Place. Oops. That's gonna be the exact same clip as the one to get in, the one we just did. Fire. So that's what you want to do there. Oops. You want to select the mirror. Red hook shot and you're back. Now you're back in Mire. Oops. Keep grabbing the wall in this room. And yeah, that's why we grabbed the second key in Mire. Exactly. It's just to open that one door in Swamp. Now we need to do Mire 2 again. Really bad at Mire 2, holy shit. Whatever. Now we want to go get the cane. So this is going to be different because, let me show you, if you try to do the, oh my gosh. If you try to do the MG route, you're going to come into this room and run into a nasty surprise, which is since we mirrored, there's no way to have these pegs be down. They're going to be up. So we're going to need to do a different route after the cane. So, oops. Oh my gosh. You want to grab the cane, dash straight down until you fall off, and then you'll be reset at the door. And you want to come through here. You want to dash all the way down, because if you, let's say you just walk off up here, the camera scrolling to set you back is really slow. Like, it's slower than Link's dash speed. So you want to dash all the way down. What's tricky about that is, if you're like a little slow at something, a little sloppy, that laser is gonna snipe you while you're falling. So now I'm down to 5 hearts. That laser just hit me for 4 hearts while I was falling, so you don't want that to happen. You wanna, if you feel like you were a little slow, you want to fall off a little bit earlier before that eye, like in there or something. That's just fine. But yeah, it's something to be aware of. Just gonna dash to the left here. This room, you're gonna hop this ledge. And dash here, up here. You want to be careful not to move too far down here, or you're going to run into spark. So you want to move down a little bit. Oh my god. Walk up through here. Hold up left through here. These are boring rooms. Big portal. Quick shot that pot to save like barely any time. We go into the basement. This is mostly going to be the same. This room's going to be different because we actually don't have to hit the switch. Man, I'm bonking a ton today. But yeah, these orange pegs are down, so you don't have to hit the switch in this room. Just want to leave it. You're gonna want to select a bow. Like ordinarily in NMG, you would have your bombs routed to where you run out of bombs here and can fire rod the switch. That's not really an option in this category because we still need bombs directly after this dungeon. So, oops. You want to switch to the bow and arrow that switch. And arrows are what we need next for Vitreous anyway. So not gonna go over that fight. Joe has a fantastic tutorial on it. You notice I didn't switch to the mirror there. Ordinarily in NMG you'd want to. You'd want to shoot 8 arrows at the big eye, and after the 8th arrow you'd want to menu the mirror. But here it actually doesn't matter, because we're not going to be using the mirror right out of Visitor Mire anyway. And in my opinion, there's a better way to, better place to use the menu anyway. That is true, Sean. This is why I have the chat captured. People can read sage wisdom of people who can hover, because I cannot. So next we're going to do Swamp. Now you have two options here. You can do this clip that I'm going to show, or you can just save and quit to Link's house. You can just hold select, save and quit, and you would choose Link's house, and you would go to the Swamp portal to get back to the Dark World. Go to Swamp that way. This way is about 15 seconds faster using the clip. Which is a good bit, but if you like really have trouble with these types of clips, you're probably going to want to save and quit to Link's house until you get better at them. This is the path you want to do. You want to hold down right, dash down here, down right swim, dash, dash. And that's where I use my buffer. And that's what makes this clip kind of tricky, is you have that Zora. Oh my god. You have that Zora who's gonna be breathing fire at you if you don't do it quick. So yeah, that's a good clip. Pretty good clip. It gets you over here. If you're pretty confident in your clips, but not confident enough to do it that way, you can sort of lure his fireball, and then you have more time. He'll still come back though. But that only loses like 5 seconds, but it's still faster than saving and quitting. That's the way a lot of players like to do this. But yeah, you have a lot more time if you do it that way, rather than just straight going for it. So, 1, like I do. You want to do this screen like that. I should create a save state. You want to jump lower than that so you don't jump into that guy. Sometimes these ropas will hit you out of your dash. As far as I know, there's nothing you can really do about it. Sucks though, because beans are nice to have in Swamp. You want to come down right onto the screen so your dash like nudges against this rock, and you'll kill this guy automatically in your dash, which is really nice. Already have a mirror out. Wow, I'm a genius. You can just mirror against the left wall, and you'll get the quick warp. There. It's quite a bit easier than the normal NMG quick warp. Can't do the same there though. You have to go for the NMG style one. This room's the same. This room's also the same. Now we've already been through here doing my hook shot and flooded the pool here. We don't have to do that. Then we show up here. Now this room's interesting. We want to get that hotkey up there. So if you hug the stairs here, like see how I hit Y? It didn't work. This is like a weird engine quirk. You can come all the way to the left, and it'll work pretty much every time. But if you try to be against these stairs, it's kind of picky. So I like to not hug the stairs fully. You can grab the corner of that pot. That's the fastest thing to do. Really nice. But yeah, grab that key pot. Come down here. Another weird thing is this. It's. Oh my gosh. This is the way this chest works. If you just align with the statue, you can hit shot to it. But if you like try to do that, it will not work. For whatever reason, chest has different physics when it's opened. So you can't do the NMG right hook shot there. This room's gonna be the same. Same stuff. In fact, I think all the rest of the dungeons is just going to be the same. This is one of the reasons I think this is a great sort of... I don't think I needed it, but oh well. I think this category is a great sort of gateway to glitch categories if you're an NMG runner. Because it's just, a lot of it is like an MG. Has some fun clip stuff. Oops. I'm not gonna go over any of the boss fights or anything. I wonder if I'll be able to keep this under 3 hours. That'd be nice. Man, this cutscene is long. Alright, so here you have kind of two options. You can just mirror, and the next dungeon we're gonna go do is ice. So mirror, dash, here. And then you just swim. And use the portal. And Inner Ice Palace. Now that's about 10 seconds slower than what I'm about to show, which is the mirror trick. Oh yes, exactly. Thanks for reminding me, Touch. So, in Mire, if you die in Mire at any point, and like I was saying earlier, in these, the game will put you in Fake Dark World. When that happens, if you try to beat Vitreous in Fake Dark World, well, you can beat Vitreous, but the crystal will not drop. So that definitely needs emphasis. So, yeah. Make sure that if you die in Mire, you need to go outside and use the mirror. And I'll actually show it for ice because it's relevant for ice as well. You need to make sure you go outside and use the mirror to get back in the real Dark World. And then the crystal will drop for you. We had a relay race that featured all dungeons. I think in the last relay race, and one of the runners, Malibu Ken, accidentally, like, he died in ice, or died in Mire, sorry, and didn't realize he was in Fake Dark World, and went all the way to Viddy, killed Viddy, didn't get the crystal, and lost, like, you know, like, probably 10 minutes of progress, because you have to go back all the way back to the last time you saved, which is before Desert. You know, that's a lot of progress lost, and it's not fun at all. So, for one of those people who doesn't like to reset after you die, make sure you're familiar with Fake Dark World stuff, for sure. But, yeah, like I was saying, getting to ice, you know, if you just do it that normal way, where you mirror and then swim here, that's about 10 seconds slower than what I'm about to show. It's going to be a mirror rep. It's a technique we haven't really gone over yet, but I'll show it to you now. So the first thing you want to do is get a spin dash. And the good thing about this is your beam will hit that ropa away from the screen. And you want to transition as high in here. And then you want to dash along this path. So you cut these, it's easy to come too high. Cut that Grief's path, but you want to cut that. We're gonna do another spin dash flips there. What I look for on this one is right here. You can see there's like Link is surrounded by the lighter colored ground around his shadow, and that's what I look for on this one. And here I know I can release the spin dash and hold down right, and I'll jump, and then I jump to the right immediately after that. So, what I'm gonna do here, there are sort of two strats you can do, or wait till I start dropping frames. Okay, there's two things you can do here. One is to walk to around here. These tiles here are kind of hard to see, but walk to around here and transition the screen. And try to sort of manually position yourself against the edge. I know I'm against the edge here, like I'm the furthest left I can be without transitioning the screen. Just, I can't even really say I have a visual cue for it, so much as I just know. And from here, you would press left and Y on the same frame, and you get a mirror transition like that. And the other strategy, the one I've been liking more, like automates that getting on the edge pixel, make it completely free. And what that is I walk down to about right here, and gosh, it's hard for me to describe. Like, there are these lines, and I want my shadow to touch, like this diagonal line right here. These are really hard to see. Apologize if it's not coming through on stream at all. But I want to walk to around right there, and I actually pause to the mirror here to check my position. I scroll the screen here, and from here, I'm gonna hop to the left, and then press up. And now I'm on the edge, and I just had to press left and Y. And so that's really nice, it gets you on the edge automatically. Let me show that again. There you go, that's what you want. Yeah, I guess the back of Link's hat's also good, making like a V. But I really like that strat, get you right on the edge automatically. Now on this screen, you need to be very careful. And this is one of the reasons I recommend swimming ice when you're first starting. Just because you can soft lock on the screen really easily. You need to walk up to the sort of second row of grass here, is generally my cue. And here I know is good enough to transition to the right. But you're going to transition all the way over here, and you're going to be able to walk into Ice Palace that on the broken screen. If you walk too low, like let's say I'm walking to the right on the third row of grass here, then when I'm going to be able to transition, but I'm going to be stuck. If I walk too high, like you saw, it's going to infinite scroll me. And this is a hard lock. No way out of it other than to reset. You're going to lose all your progress back to before Desert, which is the last time you save and quit. So That's why this trick is really risky, and I always take it very carefully. Sort of make sure I'm good. Play around for it and get a real feel for positions that work and don't. But you need to be very careful with it. So, Ice Palace. Now, before I proceed, I'm going to go ahead and show what happens if you die. Like, let's say you died to... Most realistic death would be to cold. And you're on a no reset for whatever reason, and just trying to finish the run. You actually don't want to continue the dungeon. You want to come out here and use the mirror. Get back in the real dark world, like I was saying earlier. And now you're good to complete the dungeon. So do remember that, because you can really end up in a bad situation if you don't remember that. So in this first room, there's a clip that says about 30 seconds, because it skips a bunch of rooms. It's basically the same as the Meyer hookshot clips, just from this corner here. So exactly like that. And now we're in this room. So to show that again. Man. I'm not going to go through that in depth, because I already did. Oh, there's one thing I should mention. It's different with this one. Alright, so, yeah, exactly, Tasha, I was about to say that. You need to hold down right, like, through this transition to pop out. If you don't, if you hold, like, down, you're gonna get stuck in the wall. And, you can just mirror back. It's not the end of the world, but it's, you know, makes you feel like an idiot when you do it. Trust me, I've done it before in the run. No good. Just hold down right, and you'll pop out of the wall. Oops. And you want to set a bomb right away. Slash that jelly out of your way. So try to hit the switch with your bomb there. The rest of the dungeon, I believe, is going to be... Well, actually, no, there's another difference. This is all NMG stuff. Except for this room. You can opt to go to your hookshot. And do that instead of the normal hammer stuff. And in this room, you'd also be able to do a hookshot thing. Forget how it worked. Man, it's harder to do than I thought it was. Anyways. Let me try to remember how this goes. Oh, okay, yeah, like that. can hook shot down and just like completely avoid damage from this spike. Or go for a better damage boost. I think that's the fastest. Yeah, it's gonna be 350. 1 rune times. If you didn't have the hook shot, you would just do the normal sword damage boost. Oh my gosh, but I can't time right now apparently. Like that. And if you have the hook shot out like I do here, you'd have to do slashes. And then also if you have the hook shot, you can hit to the block. This is a very slight time save, so switching that here. I didn't even include it in the theory test, and I forgot about it, but it's like a few frames better overall. And in this room, we could do the strat where you do this. And that's a little faster. How I gauge this is I like to pull the statue till it's past these like 2 light pixels in the wall here, in the like brick wall. Is it showing up? Yeah, it is. Okay. These 2 light pixels. The bottom of it gets past those, and then you're able to push it to the left. I personally just stick with the hammer rather than use the hookshot strats, just because I'm really bad at the firebar room with just my sword. So, and it doesn't make much of a difference. So, do what you're comfortable with, really. And then there's Cold Stare. Trying to get hit as much as I did there. Alright, the next dungeon's gonna be Turtle Rock, and we're gonna completely break it. The trick that allows us to enter through the laser bridge exit, aka the bitch door. Alright. So here we're going to want to mirror straight away. We're actually swimming to the ice rod here. This is the closest we ever get to the ice rod. Swimming is actually pretty hard to do. Well, this thin passageway. Alright. If you are a true god, you can save like half a second to a full second doing that clip. It's an upwards teleport. I think there's a 2 pixel. There's this pixel. You need to clip in 8 pixels to get the upwards teleport. It's just like DMA, but It's really easy to have this one go wrong. Like if you accidentally downwards teleport, or upwards teleport, or something awful. You're gonna end up here. It's no fun. Also difficult to set this up quickly. But yeah, I'm looking for that 1 pixel of Link's shadow hanging off from the 2 pixels. Like right here. A good position. But generally I like to just use a bomb. Grab hookshot, and we're gonna save and quit it right to Dead Mountain. Yeah, exactly, touch that. Here I like to do the same flip as before. Hera. Exit Hera. And we want to use the portal to get the Dark Pearl. Now this is a really weird clip we're about to do. We want to come to the second rock from the top. Here's the first one. I'm poking with my sword. Here's the second one. So, as before, I want to clip my... So the 2 pixels that start the rock are forming a right angle with the bottom row of Link's shadow. I want to clip in till here, where they've fully merged, and I've got a 3 pixel vertical here. Yeah, and it's basically, it's the same as Meyer teleport, just reversed, since we're going to the right instead of the left. And from here I'm going to release the spin and hold down right. And I end up here, seemingly stuck in the wall. But I'm not, because I can wiggle. Oops. I can wiggle like that and get around. In fighting game terminology, for any fighting game players, I believe they term these half-circle backs, where I'm going to hold right on the D-pad, down right, down, left, left. Like, see how that... I'm doing it very slowly. See how it's pushing me over? Do it. Right, down, left, left. Right, down, left. Right, down, left, left. That's slowly pushing me over. After the 4th one, you can roll all the way around to up, and Link will snap like down here, and you can jump to the right. Like that. Other than that, you never want to press up. Like, oops, I snapped below the edge. You are now stuck, and you have to save and quit out of this. There's nothing you can do to fix it. So after the 4th one is when you want to hit up. If you're scared of hitting up, you can just jump here, and you'll jump all the way over here, and have to come over here and align your mirror wrap manually, which isn't that bad, but it's definitely faster and better to do this. And when you transition the screen, you can hit left and A to jump, and I'm now against the edge of the screen, so I just walk down where I know the mirror rep is going to work, and I can hit left and Y. So that's another good thing about the low jump. It's faster, and you get to do a nice setup for the mirror wrap. Wow. Having trouble hitting buttons on the same frame. Like that. I should probably go over... Oops. This mirror jump. You want to be at least 1 pixel. Like here, I'm against the ledge jump. Like if I did this, it would ledge jump me. You don't want to ledge jump because I don't think you can get back up. But against the ledge jump, you want to be at least 1 pixel above that, and up to about right here-ish. That's if he right here would probably work. Oh, never mind, it doesn't. So you probably want to be below the V in the ground, like here or lower. Be on the mirror, hit left and Y, and then you want to hold down and hold left, and you'll get that wrap, and the entrance is right here. Now if you accidentally transition without using the mirror, then you still do down and left, you'll get back, and then you're just gonna have to manually get in the position again with like dash buffers or sword buffers or something. But yeah, left Y, down, left. I like to switch to bombs. Gonna need to use one right here. Oh, another thing about this. Oops. Two, 1, 4. I'm so bad at fighting game terminology. Here you actually can't do anything until you move. You need to, like, I just hold up, and then you can plant the bomb. Here you just dash up and hit the beetle off. If you get a frame perfect cancel, you can do that. It's just a matter of recognizing that you have that frame. If you have any other frame though, you need to back out. Like, oh. And then retry it. Other than that, basically the same as NMG. From here, I like to buffer game to like sort of read. This Helmosaur can do several things. Oh my god. Here, like the RNG I have here, he's getting pretty close to me and he's facing away from me, so I can safely just slash him. In this maze, you can just hold up the entire time. It's optimal. And you get to be lazy, just holding a specific thing. This is a tough room. You're gonna lay a cane block on the switch, and then walk till Link is just slightly below these orange pegs. You see this? The roller can't hit me right here. I actually have to walk pretty low, probably around here for it to hit me. So walk slightly below the pegs, and then I want to slash up. Go grab. Do that. Grab the key. Trigger the king block. So I get like invulnerability off the blue pegs coming up. And then come down here. You want to bonk the this door to the left. Or far enough to the left that you don't recoil. Like that. You want to recoil. Oops. Oh my gosh. Against that block and then walk through. If you don't walk down far enough, you'll get this kind of thing happening where, oh no, I'm on the other side of the... It's really frustrating and annoying, so make sure you're walking down far enough. It's the main thing that can go wrong in the room, really. Also make sure you don't trigger this cane block after opening the key chest too quickly, otherwise you get stuck inside. And you know, oh no, and then you have to do that stupid back up that's annoying. Oh my god. That thing. No one wants to do that, so... There's also one pixel that decides not to work. But I managed to get twice in a row somehow. Dash down through that room, use the pipe. Here, I buffer to the mirror to check their RNG here. Now, I actually have the bad RNG, where the right guy... I'm dropping a bunch of frames. Sorry about that, guys. At least my local recording that I put on YouTube will be in pristine condition. But, I look for this... the right pokey. If he goes upright, that's the only bad RNG. Every other pattern you can get in this room, you can just hold up left straight for the door. Some of them might look a little scary, but they're fine. Like, you won't get hit. But the one where this guy comes upright, you need to move up towards the pot before you can move diagonal. I'll show that. Like that. I might get the same RNG like every time, actually. This might be super tile dependent. Maybe if I no, still okay. There's some other RNGs. Yeah, here obviously go upright, or up left rather. Sorry. Directionally challenged. Like here with the left one coming upright, a lot of people, like I think Jaden thought it was unsafe, but it's actually not. It's fine. But yeah, that's that room explained. Oops, wasn't even paying attention. Bad time to not be paying attention. get the big key and mirror. Stash up. You can... It doesn't matter when you get the laser bridge key. You can choose to get it right now, or you can choose to get it on your first visit. It doesn't really matter. I like to just get it out of the way. Dash by dashing low so you nudge the railing. Here I normally route that bomb into my bomb route. I don't know how to do the cane dash crap like this that I'm really bad at. That's what's optimal for sure, is to get a different bomb than this one. Man. So bad at this. There we go. Get magic if it makes you feel better. Typically makes me feel better. You don't need it though. It's basically the same energy fight. So the next dungeon is going to be Ganon's Tower, and dungeon itself is going to be basically all NMG style, but there are a few like wrinkles in it make it a little different. Since we're stuck in Turtle Rock's mouth, exiting this because we never actually opened the dungeon with Quake, we can actually leave and run to Ganon's Tower. So we're gonna have to save and quit to Death Mountain and glitch into Ganon's Tower. So save and quit. Death Mountain. Alright, now you notice I only have 8 hearts. That's just how save and quit works. It pulls a percentage of your health out. You would have 7 hearts if you didn't have Sanctuary Heart here. So that's pretty scary for Ganon's Tower if you think about like the Michael Jackson room, taking hearts off the spikes. But you know, that first room upstairs after you've gotten Big Key. So if you really don't like that, and you're not super confident in Ganon's Tower, talking to the old man only wastes like 5 seconds. And he will completely refill your heart. So now you'd be at full. But if you fill in yellow, you don't have to do all that. And you save 5 seconds, which at a high level is a significant amount of time. Save 5 seconds. So here you want to equip the hook shot and do a hook dash. Like, I like to face this diagonal wall. Like, if you hook dash down, like, for some reason his hook shot goes beyond the wall, which is dumb. So that's why I like to face right here. Like, get a really short hook animation. And here, we're actually not going into here or anything. We're going to use the warp with the broken camera. So hold up, just like before. Walk down until you hit a ledge. And then the warp tile is going to be right here. That just takes some playing around with to, like, understand where everything is on the best-up camera. Up, down, portal. Now here, we can hookshot this. We're like up at the top of Death Mountain, under the, or in the middle of that ring of bushes, and create a save. You don't want that to happen. If you actually pick up any of these bushes, you are soft locked. I can't throw the bush. I can't do anything. Can't use any item. I don't think I even get rid of it if I hop this ledge. No, I don't. You're just completely screwed, pretty much. But if you come down here, there's a jump. Now I'm outside Cane of Burna. Like, up here. I'm gonna be in the White Cave, where Cane of Burna is. And then, if I hop down again and come to the left, down through here, you'll actually see, now I'm where the game says I am. I'm interacting with everything normally through here. Yeah, it's true touch though, you could. I mean, that would lose a bunch of time though. But yeah, the fastest way to do this though, since we have the hook shot out, the fastest way to get down to the ground, where the camera's just playing where we are, is to hook dash this bush in front of us, and there's like a diagonal wall we walk through, and now we're down here. So we skip the Cane of Burna ledge by doing that. Oops. That's the glitch to get into Ganon's Tower. I'll explain that. Go hit dash, come down, walk through this wall that you can't see. If you look at the map while, like just look at the overall map while playing around with this glitch with the camera messed up, and you'll start to understand like what exactly is going on with it, and with how you're skipping a Cane of Burna ledge. It's a few seconds faster to do that though. When we're down here, you want to hold a sword charge, and a line links back with this wall behind me right here. And then you want to move to the left and get try to hook dash your sword out. And you'll know you get it by if Link's feet, like, see how his animation is right now, and see how when I have my hook dash, his animation is moving twice as quickly. So that's how you know you have it. And when you have it, you walk left fully against this slope. Release your spin and hold down right. Then hold right, and then you're on the stairs again, tower. Walk up and walk in. So I'll show that again. A little tricky. You need to make sure you hold right after you jump, or else you can get stuck, and that's no good. So make sure you hold right. So the dungeon. This key, like if you're doing the low health version and you didn't get, well, even if you are doing the bunch of hearts, or you did talk to the old man and fill your health, this key is a lot better than the key in NMG, because the chest key, that's usually the middle fastest key, is actually slow in this category, because the final refill magic before Mold Worm 2 is useless. It's completely useless. You don't need it at all. Because we do not fight Ganon after this dungeon. There's still one more dungeon to go. It's Aghanim's Tower. So, because we don't fight Ganon right after this, that health refill is... it's worthless. So, or that magic refill, sorry, excuse me. So I really like to get this key, especially low health, because the best option is still Helmasaur key, but Helmasaur key uses a heart to get, so you can consider that if you talk to the old man and filled your health all the way and get through the dungeon. You're good about getting through the dungeon with a nice amount of hearts, but with the low hearts version, it's kind of scary to be taking damage boosts in this dungeon, so I like to grab this. This room has a different menu because you don't have the flute. Ordinarily, I could go down left here in NMG, but I can't do that. I have to go left down down or left up up. You know, whichever one of those you like more. It's going to be the fastest. That's going to be the same for when we mirror back to the hook shot in this, or menu back to the hook shot in this. All the same. Oops. It was a weird mistake. Alright, typical stuff. Now this is gonna be different. If you talk to the old man, there's a chance you have full health here, and you could just do it the NMG way where you beam that switch. Oh my gosh. Why didn't I create a save? Sorry about that. So if you talk to the old man, you'd probably just hit that switch and do the normal NMG strat. Like, it's not that big of a deal to lose 3 hearts. But where I am now, like, I'm at 5 hearts and I have to go through Mimics and Igor Skewer and Gauntlet and the last boss refights and stuff with only 5 hearts, which is pretty scary. Even for really good players, that can be pretty scary. So, the no EG strat is pretty good. It's heart neutral, like you gain a heart from this pot and you lose one later in the run. So I end with is just as much as I started with. If you wanted to gain a heart, you could do that too. The strat is pretty slow though. One thing to note, you don't want to try... You don't want to walk down after you shoot this arrow, because if you do, this is why the room is called the Michael Jackson room. This mimic will get stuck on the pegs and do like a moonwalk thing, where he'll just run right into you. So make sure you just wait, be still after you shoot this arrow, and then walk on the tiles. And all I'm doing there is picking up the heart pot, walking down and throwing it up. And I get the invulnerability off those orange pegs. And come down here and push the block up and walk down in the air. I'll show the super safe one again too. Sometimes you can also get a drop from that mimic, which can be good. But yeah, oops. Typical stuff. Use your NMG strats. This is all going to be the same. All the same, all the same, all the same. Alright, here you can... It's still gonna be the best key. Is Elmosaur's, but can be a little scary. And here, like I said, this key you don't want to like be doing this strat. It's just kind of useless. The good thing about that is you're getting a key and you're getting the magic, but the magic, like I said, is useless. So you want to either get the Helmosaur key or the Torch key, and Just do that in this room. Oh my god. I was indecisive about my angle there. This is not an Aghanim 2 tutorial. Alright, so the final dungeon is going to be Aghanim Tower. I made pretty good time on this. It's definitely going to be under 3 hours and 30 minutes. What I look for here for this quick warp is make sure my cues are right. Yeah. That's not it though, is it? No. Oh, it's the second brick. I look to see if I can see the second brick in the pyramid here, like in the pyramid wall. Like here's the first row, here's the second row of bricks. That's how I know I'm on a quick warp. And then I just walk down while I'm to the right of this, the vat hole, and here warp back. And we're in Aghanim Tower. Here, you want to release a spin on that guy. Try to slash that guy twice. Pretty easy. Here I walk right for a bit, and then like kind of nudge upright and slash the two of them. Kill them both in one slash. This room's the same, still annoying. At least you kill everything in one hit. Most of these rooms are going to be the same. But this one's going to be quite different. You want to kill that guy and switch to the boomerang, and boomerang has key. Sometimes this guard up here won't be in your way. A lot of times it will be though. But that's the strat you want to do, is just kill the key archer, push to the boomerang, boomerang key, walk to the door. Oops. No, I forget. Exactly. My strat is here. something like that. Like, boomerang one of the bats to alert the guards. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Alert the guards. Try not to get hit by spheres. If you dash from a certain position against this, like to the left here, like right here, all the guard spears are hitting the statue. And from that position you can safely dash to the left and hit him. And that's really nice. Sometimes you'll get hit. It's usually okay though. This is a tough room. That's almost really good though. That's what you want right there. In that room you can just kill both of those. I just hold B, like from a dash in this room, and throw the boomerang backwards against the door to alert them immediately. And then you just kill them. They both die in just a single spin attack. Pretty straightforward. Oops. You want to do the typical NMG strat here, except for you don't want these arrows. Like, obviously in NMG, those arrows are like embedded in everyone's muscle memory. But you just want to get the key and leave. Now everything's the same, pretty much. Oops. Wow. Oh man. I think my frames are dropping during this useless boss. Alright. Got one last cutscene. And then there's a Ganon fight, which Ganon fight's actually a little bit different. Notice I have the boomerang equipped, and you could equip the hookshot, like an MG does, or to make use of the hookshot vulnerability. during your 1-in-1 setups, but that wastes a second, and you have full health here, so it's a little less risky to go for the no hookshot setups. So I'll show no hookshot setups. Same stuff, get try and spin. So that's one of them. I assume most people are familiar with that one. Oh my gosh. I'm stuck with the rumbling going on in the background too. We're here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bonk. 1, 2. Ah, I messed that up. It's been a while since I've done this. This one's the same as the mid-right one. And see, even taking a hit is not that big of a deal. I try to show the outer two. This is the ones people are less familiar with. Bonk, 1, 2, 3, 1. That one's a little easier than the far right one. That's what I like to do. For 1-in-1. Oh my god. I can't try and spin anymore. Man, it's gonna take me forever to get the RNG I want, isn't it? Six. I'm gonna slash him like that. So yeah. I actually put all of those up on the wiki somewhat recently. There's video of all of them to watch. All the hookshot and hookshotless setups. Ganon. Alrighty. I guess that's it. Had it in about 3 hours and 30 minutes. Nice. Maybe I will do another one of these for Glitch Tundo. It'll probably have to be longer because the routes strategies are going to be so much different than NMG. But yeah, that was fun. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll definitely... I didn't drop too many frames in this, but I'll definitely still upload it to YouTube. The local recording, so everything's clean and pristine. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope some of you will run all dungeons. It's a really fun category. Have a good night, everyone.